Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen. Today we're going to do another fragrance review. It's Thanksgiving Day, and I hope everyone has some, great plans for a little bit later. I'm actually hanging out here, waiting for my younger sister to come over, and then we're going to drive over to, through Philadelphia to visit my family. But I wanted to get this fragrance review in, and I know there's a few subscribers out there that have been asking me about it, and it's one that I've had for a while. And I've been sitting on it because I purchased it in the summertime, and it's definitely a cold weather fragrance for sure. So I've been sitting on it waiting to review it, and recently I've gotten the opportunity now to wear it for several days in a row to get a good feel for it so that I can finally give it a review. This fragrance has garnered a lot of, I don't want to say controversy, but a lot of people have badmouthed it online, which made it especially interesting to me. It's from a house that is one of my favorite houses, a house of Jacques Bogart. It's a 2010 release, so it's not a classic, but it's classified as an oriental fougere, and it is none other than Arabian Nights by Jacques Bogart. So, as I usually do, we'll take a look at the box and bottle presentation, and then we'll go over its note breakdown. I'll talk about its performance on my skin, and then I'll give it my overall thoughts and my overall rating. So again, this fragrance is very, very unique. So we'll take a look at the presentation first. We'll jump right into that. Box is beautiful. Really, really cool. All black for most of it, 3/4 black. On the top, you have a shiny gold. The box is very shiny, so forgive the glare. It says Arabian Nights with a gold line underneath that, and then Arabian, and then Nights here. On the bottom of the box, you can see it says, Jacques Bogart, Eau de Toilette Strength, and it's a 100 ml bottle. You can see there, Arabian Nights. On the top, you got the typical Bogart B in black there with a gold wrap around on the top. The back doesn't have much going on, just a little brand information. Nothing there on the sides, on either side. And on the bottom, you have some brand info and the batch code and barcode too. So box is really sleek. It's really shiny. We'll take a look at the bottle. So it opens up like this. No Bogart pattern on the inside of the lid. Bottle's really cool. It's really sleek. I think this would look awesome on anyone's counter. It's shiny chrome, gold, and black there, you can see. So it's got, very much like the box, gold top here, built-in sprayer, silver chrome wraparound here with the Bogart B right there, Arabian, and then the gold line, and then Nights. You have Jacques Bogart Paris there. On the bottom, all embossed lettering here for some brand info and batch information, so high quality bottle. On the back, you don't have much going on. You can see the sprayer there. It's built in again. So again, it's really cool. I got the silver wraparound and then a black, pretty much black all over black bottle. Pretty thick, heavy glass. We'll take a look at the distribution. So it's a great sprayer. I'll spray some on myself for the opening. This fragrance is not a super complex fragrance in terms of the note breakdown. On the top, you have spices, cardamom, cumin, and petitgrain. And then in the middle of the heart of the fragrance, you have patchouli. You have precious woods. Not sure what that is. Not sure if there's unprecious woods too, but we got precious woods in the heart of the fragrance. And then in the base, you got white musk, cedar, vetiver, and moss. So not a super complex fragrance. Many Bogart fragrances have a ton of notes. This one was actually pretty easy to break down. The performance on this fragrance is pretty good. It's very good. I saw some things online that had mentioned that it's like a spectacular, like 12-hour performer plus, you'll smell it on yourself the next day. And, I don't really get that great of a performance for it, but I do think that it might perform a little bit better than I think it is, because I think I might get olfactory fatigue to where I can't really smell it anymore, but people around me can. I was at work. I wore this to work one day, and it was towards the end of the day, and someone says, wow, I can really smell that fragrance. It's strong. And I'm like, wow, I can't even smell it at all too. So that led me to believe, that the performance is a little bit better than I thought. I thought it was 8+ hours. It definitely projects very well for the first 3 hours. The sillage is great. It's going to leave a scent trail. And then the second phase of the fragrance, it'll be at least a 2-arm distance scent bubble around you. And then at the very end, it's a skin scent to where you have to kind of smell your own wrist or wherever you apply it to be able to get a hint of the fragrance too. So I think the fragrance has got a good performance. Most Jacques Bogarts do. I don't have any Jacques Bogart fragrance that I think is a bad performance. The only one that I think has an average one is Eau Fresh, but that kind of seems like a summer just fresh scent anyway, not so much like a heavy one like this. So my thoughts on Arabian Nights, it's very unique. It's very different, it's very strong, and it's very dirty. It's not like Ted Lapidus dirty, it's like kind of an earthy dirty. This is probably not going to be a great crowd pleaser. The opening, I get like an instantaneous plastic note and then like a little bit of dried fruit. So the first thing I thought of when I sprayed this fragrance the first day I got it was this store in Philadelphia that I used to go to when I was very young. It was like a comic book, movie store, you know, they had figurines, they had movies, it was all that kind of thing, like something, you know, there was all different types. There was a front and back of the store. In the back, they had different type of, you know, collectibles, and it had this certain distinct plastic smell. And that's exactly what I got when I smelled this one. It brought me back, and it's great how fragrances can bring, you know, and evoke a memory that you've had. And I hadn't thought of that place in forever, and I can't remember the name, and it probably doesn't even exist anymore, but it was on South Street. And then I get a dried fruit. It's fruity, but it's like a dried fruit, like something that's been sitting out in the sun. It's been affected by heat. The dry down is very musky, a little bit of like wood, but almost like rotten wood. Online, a lot of people were talking about it has like a fecal note. I don't get that at all. I think that that's crazy. No fragrance perfumer or company would ever add that to a fragrance, at least as far as I know. Despite that one Secretions Magnifique, but you know, that one was supposed to be this way. This one obviously is not. So I don't get that at all. It's got a sweetness, a very dry sweetness. It's got some different notes in there. I get kind of the musk. It's very musky. It kind of evokes what it would almost be like to maybe be in the desert for a while. You know, it's kind of a dirty, I think of the dry down like a burlap, and I have dry down on here on a tester strip. And yeah, it's got a very musky, patchouli hint in there. So if you don't like those types of scents or notes, you definitely won't like this fragrance. Where to wear this one is kind of difficult. It's definitely only for evening wear, definitely only for cold weather. I wouldn't wear it to work. That one day I didn't really wear it again because I don't think it's a super crowd pleasing. You could wear it out. I think you got to really love different types of fragrances to pull this one off. It's not very versatile into where you would want to wear it. I wouldn't wear it on a date night because I don't think it's something a girl would really like unless they, you know, were dating you for a long time and they were used to it, and that's just kind of what you've always smelled like, I guess. So that's where it's kind of difficult to wear for me. I think this is harder to wear than the other fragrance that came out right around the time. This one, it looks identical, by Jacques Bogart, called Arabian Nights. That one is a slam dunk. I love that fragrance. This one's a little bit more daring, and it's cool to have fragrances that are like that, but I think this one's pretty difficult to pull off. I think age range, definitely 30s and up, would probably be more attracted to this. Anyone younger would probably think this is very difficult to wear. So it loses a little points in the versatility. And it's kind of it's a different scent. I like that it's different. I like that it's unique. I really love the presentation, but I think that the scent is a little bit difficult to pull off due to its kind of harshness and that really earth tone that it has. And yeah, and it's really does perform very well, but that kind of is a harder scent to wear, and I don't think, from what I've seen, a lot of people dislike this one. I think it's decent, and if you're a fragrance collector, you'd probably be more inclined to like it. If you just want something for everyday wear, this is definitely not it. So my overall rating for this fragrance presentation, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think the presentation is amazing. I think the performance is very good too. I'm going to give that another 9 out of 10, considering the feedback I've gotten from people that have smelled it when I've worn it and what I've read online, and my own, you know, personal performance that it's had. And then the smell, I'm going to give a 5 out of 5 due to its kind of just not that attractiveness. So I think the overall rating for Arabian Nights by Jacques Bogart is going to be a 6.5 out of 5 too. It's not terrible, but it's a lot harder to wear, and I just don't know how often I would wear it. And there's very, you know, it's a short season to wear. Obviously, it's only cold weather. You cannot pull this off in the heat. It would choke somebody out. But anyway, good thing is it's not expensive. So if you're interested in it, check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have any experience with Arabian Nights or any other Jacques Bogart fragrances, please let me know in the comments. You know, again, guys, we're growing, and I'm loving the interaction that I'm having with all of you guys. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching, and everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and goodbye for now. See you next time.